Can you use the old school style GI sling to fight or in tactical applications? Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner and head firearms instructor at Patriot Training. The purpose of this video is to have a discussion and a demonstration around the question, can you use the old school GI sling and similar for practical applications, modern applications, not the old school NRA high power shooting or anything like that? Can you use them for, real self-defense and things of that sort? This topic came up. A good viewer of this channel said that somebody had basically implied to him that the old school style loop slings and the Magpul RLS and similar were maybe designed for bolt action rifles and things of that sort. And while you can use one on a bolt action rifle, and while you can use them in a hunting application, and you can certainly use them in the sportive application. I have competed in NRA high power competition, in service rifle competition. You can use your slings there. It's an absolutely necessary tool for those endeavors. While those are all true, can you use the loop style sling, either the GI style or the Magpul RLS, for tactical considerations? That's the purpose of this video. Let's dig into it. Caveat for this video: the rifles that are going to be shown in this video have the old school A2 style stock. There are a number of instructors out there that teach you properly to bring the rifle stock in under the eye and to really square up behind the rifle, and that's good advice, and the objective of that advice is recoil management. And the tails to the heads of that coin, the other side of that coin if you will, is that some of these instructors get so overwhelmingly bent out of shape about having to square up that they don't understand the depth and the breadth of what it is that they're teaching. The purpose is recoil management. The idea behind squaring up is to present a solid wall, if you will, behind the stock as it impacts with the shoulder or whatever part of the body. And the idea is, if I have a stock over here in the pocket of my shoulder, the recoil will escape high and to my right. So these instructors may advise you to square up, and if they advise you to square up behind an A2, just understand that this instructor doesn't fully understand the principle that they're teaching, and they don't realize that you can just simply roll the shoulder behind that stock to get that same desired effect. Another caveat for this video is using the sling. The rifles demonstrated are free floated. That means that when the sling, when pressure and tension is applied, it affects the rail or the handguard. It does not affect the barrel. In the old school configuration on the M16, the front sling swivel is mounted directly to the gas block, which is the front sight post. The rifle you see pictured is actually a national match rifle, and if you look really, really close, you can tell that there is a free float tube underneath, and that the sling swivel comes out from that free float tube, and there is no more sling swivel on the gas block, which is also the front sight post. That has been removed. So on these rifles that you will see, they are free floated. If you do not use a free floated rifle and you apply sling tension, that will affect your point of aim versus your point of impact. That will pull your shots off target, and you need to be aware of that, be mindful of that. I have seen personally 7-inch shifts at 100 yards. That's 7 minutes of angle shifts at 100 yards with a rifle that was not free floated and sling tension was applied. One of the things we need to talk about in this video is if you are going to use a traditional GI or RLS style sling, how do you carry your rifle with that? The RLS sling gives you the opportunity to carry a crossbody similar to a tactical sling. Not ideal, and ready-ups you need to extend the sling to where you have enough room to perform a ready-up. Additionally, another carry is American carry. American carry, the two big parts of American carry are the muzzle is up and you are carrying the rifle on your right shoulder if you're right-handed. Another carry method is African carry. In African carry, the muzzle is down and the rifle is slung on over the left shoulder for the right-handed shooter. Please note that the GI style sling is limited to African and American carries. Please note that the GI style sling is limited to African carry or American carry. It is very, very difficult unless you are extremely slender to carry crossbody with it. One consideration when using a sling such as this is that when you are in fairly close quarters, urban distances shall we say, you will want to pick up the sling so that it does not snag onto as many things. I like to use my support hand pinky to pick up the sling. The sling can be used in several different configurations. My favorite two are Hasty Sling and Loop Sling. Here are some methods for using the Hasty Sling. When you don't have any other objects to brace on, the Hasty Sling can make your shooting position more stable. One thing that you will notice is that if you use a Hasty Sling configuration using the RLS or the GI style sling, then you will need to blade your body off to the side in order to get the full effect of the sling. Clearly, this methodology is not designed for shooting targets that are 5 feet away from you. Instead, this is a marksmanship position, and you need to use this position when you need a premium on accuracy. Likewise, using a loop sling takes a long time to get into. So a loop sling, again, is not used for when a threat is just a few meters away. Instead, a loop sling is when you have a target of opportunity at a distance. We would be talking beyond 100 yards, something mid-range, and we would be talking about a situation where they may not be firing back, where you are seeing a target of opportunity, perhaps. Most places you go, you either use a sling or you brace the rifle on something in order to steady it. However, this video goes a little bit deeper than most, so we are going to show you how to not only use the sling, but brace the rifle on something so that you can get maximum accuracy for your more mid-range shots. Please note that you can use the RLS sling in the loop sling configuration. Instead of encircling the hand into the sling and putting it under the forearm as we normally might do in a marksmanship position, you will see that here we simply apply the loop sling to the upper arm and then bring that support hand back to the rear of the stock, much like a sniper or precision shooter might use. Using a loop like this can be done from the standing position, kneeling, sitting, and prone when you are bracing on an object. Now that you've seen all of those different demonstrations of how these slings can be used, now you have a completely new toolbox of items that you can do when you go to the range and when you practice your marksmanship and your shooting, that you can tinker with, toy with, and learn how to use these things a little bit better so that you can maximize your effectiveness on target. Hopefully this video has been of some help to you. Tell me about it in the comments. Do you have some other methods that you like to use that maybe were not shown in this video? I'd love to hear about it. Always be respectful down there. No trolling. Go litter somewhere else. And otherwise, tell me about what your experiences are. Are there other videos you'd like to see? I will gladly take those under consideration. Maybe we can make a video that will help you, my friend. As always, I would like to remind you that if you hit like, subscribe, and click that notification bell, it will help the channel out tremendously. Last but not least, you don't have to be a patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to be a patriot. Take care.